you. Yeah, you. Your thumbnail sucks. I've seen too many new YouTubers just throw something together and they're like, look at my video. Why is nobody watching my videos? Well, because your thumbnails are just in Microsoft Paint, put a title over a picture. That's not gonna get you any views. But hey, that's why I'm here. Today I'm going to show you how to make better thumbnails. And you know what? The best thing about this that you'll learn is to just play around with things. But hey, you watching, like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to this yet, what are you doing? Alright? Hit the button down below. Need to subscribe to the channel. It's important. Alright, here we got Photoshop. Alright? Photoshop, listen. It's an improvement you need to make. You need Photoshop. It makes 10 times better quality, and there's a lot more other versions. There's a lot of other versions, and you know what? I prefer Photoshop. Alright, that's what I'll do. You could do whatever you want. But whatever, get in a photo editing software. We're gonna go to create. You want 1280 by 720, or you could do the 1920 by 1080 and then downgrade it. I just prefer just to work in 1280 by 720, just due to the fact that then I don't have to mess with it, and then I'd forget, and then you get to the video, and then everything's all messed up. Alright, you see this white box? Dude, you know what? It already looks 10 times better than your normal thumbnails, because I've seen all your garble thumbnails. Listen, they're just not good, alright? Deal with it. So what we want to do, we're just going to make a basic one, okay? Let's grab 10 million things I gotta get. Alright. So, how about instead what we do, we'll just make a basic, whatever, just a basic thumbnail. You know what, I'm spending too much time on this. I don't own it. I'm just gonna select this. Alright. Alright, let's just put that in there. Wait for it to load. It's gonna be in the background, so really nobody's gonna see it. You want to stay more near high resolution. The higher the resolution, the better. Now let's get a... So now what you'll need... Now what you'll need is a face to put on there. Put your own face, don't put somebody else's face for clickbait, unlike what I'm gonna do right now. We are gonna go with the straight up PewDiePie. I mean, that one could work. We'll just use that one. Whatever. Alrighty. Let's actually get just normal. Okay, so there's two ways that you can... Let's actually come on. Make sure you have the history up. Alright, this is the history. It lets you deal with stuff. So there's two ways that... Obviously, we don't want that background there. So what we want to do... There's two ways you could do this. If you're in a hurry, you could do the quick select tool, and it would kind of just select whatever. Which, you know what, can actually turn out to look pretty okay. But usually when it comes to hair, it kind of messes up quite a bit, and I recommend just playing with it, because sometimes, it is the correct tool to use, but sometimes you want to use something that's a little more exact, because that's actually what's going to have you have the most amount of time. So, you know what? Boom. It's been a total of like 2 seconds, and we've already... we've already kind of got a whole selection, Which actually, that's pretty good. So I might actually just do that. Okay, so we're just gonna do the quick selection. You can use the pen tool, which, let me just show you how to do that real fast. So I'm just gonna, just in case you want to, delete layer max. Say you want to be a little more exact. So what you can use is, if my freaking thing will pop up, the pen tool, alright? The pen tool, it's kind of a pain. I'm not gonna lie to you. Only if you don't know how to use it. So what it does is, I'm also not used to using this monitor. See, and then you can kind of just draw the lines that you want to. And you can go as exact as, actually that's gonna look bad, because it's like kind of like that. But you can get as exact as you want. And let's say there's a curve here. Actually, here, wait, let's. And then you can kind of hug the lines. Control Z or hit the history up above if you want to adjust it. The biggest thing about using the pen tool is it's a little more time consuming, but in the end, you have a lot less things to mess with. I see do when I'm concentrating and I need to say something interesting for a video. So as you can see, if you hold it down, you can create a curved path, which is very important. But the one thing you have to look out for is this one, or maybe it's the back one, yeah, is where you connect to in the next one. So that's why the pen tool can be kind of annoying, because then you kind of have to angle it in a way that wouldn't make it look weird. Because let's say you make a curve, you know, or something like that. See, you make a curve, and then you're like, oh, okay, I want to click this, and then even though you wanted a straight line, it's created this S. And that's why the pen tool can be kind of annoying. So let's just do a little quick job. You know. So, since we know... So what you want to do with the pen... Oh, that is not him. I was too zoomed in, I didn't actually know what I was doing. That's why it's good to pay attention. But you see, so far with this pen tool, obviously some stuff is cut out. Here's where it gets a little difficult. You know, because you can go around, you get each one of his hairs. But you know what? We don't care. We don't care. Whatever. Then you go around and create it however you want. But, you know, I digress. We don't need that. That's done for. Let's say you used the faster option, use the quick select tool, but it's not perfect, you know, there's this in his hair. So let's go to, okay, select the mask. This is a mask, all right? So when you select this little item here, it's creating a mask, which means what you selected is the only thing you want to see. And it kind of, not deletes everything else, but it makes it not visible. So we are actually going to go to, you don't believe it, the brush tool. Have it selected on black, okay? Because what this does is you've basically, black will color the blackness of this, which means it will kind of erase from the picture. Let's make this a little bit smaller, see? So you can kind of, because technically what you're doing is painting, and you can be as exact with this as you want. You know, you could be like coming in here, be like, oh, all that greenness and whatever. I'm gonna play around with this for a little bit. So let's just say you got it in a decent, you know, it looks all right. Obviously, it's not perfect. You know, let's just kind of just delete that. I know it's part of his hair, but important thing actually that I forgot to mention is when you're using the pen tool, you want to try to stay inside the hair. I know that doesn't really make sense, but you want to stay inside the hair so that way you don't get as much of the background as possible. Because when you got all your hair around here, you know, there's constantly, you can see like the wall behind it and whatnot. So if you want a better looking photo, you want to stay within the hair. But I've spent too much time on that. It's whatever. All right, we're gonna have Alright. Control T. We're gonna make PewDiePie a little bit bigger because he's No, I like the kind of shorter vibe. Because you know, PewDiePie's like 5'8". Kinda like that. Let's actually move him a little bit over. Alrighty, so now what we want to do okay. Now we want him to stand out a little bit. So when you do blending option, it comes up with, okay, can we make this smaller? We can't. Okay. So all of these do a lot of things. That will try and change how he looks and all that, but that doesn't really matter about all those. Stroke sometimes comes important. What we want to do is a drop shadow. A drop shadow, you know, it makes everything look a little bit better. And it brings more attention to the one that it's surrounding. So it makes your eyes look at him first. Alright, then we'll do maybe like an outer glow. Let's see, what color do we want to do? Everything's going on the wrong monitor. Well, we can kind of do blue. Blue actually looks good, but you can kind of mess with this however you want. You know, red would clash with this shirt. We don't want that. So I think, well, actually blue would look the best. You can play with that, whatever you want. Outer glow, size, spread, whatever. But we want it to also show the black. Okay. Let's just, that's fine. That's fine. You know, he looks pretty good. Sexy man. Sexy, sexy man. Okay. I'm gonna take that history out, just for the moment. Oh my gosh, this is... How did this happen? Whatever, I guess. Yeah, go back on there. Frickin' thing. So one thing I'm gonna do is, let's say you're like, okay, but I don't like the colors on these. You can select color range, alright. Now we have that one selected, and let's just select, like, the pink. Oh, sorry. This stuff will come up, and it'll show all that. Don't worry about that. It'll do the whole thing for some reason. And you can do the fuzziness, which will do the intensity of it. But since it's only on, since we have that background selected, it's only gonna be that, so don't worry about that kind of stuff. So we hit OK, alright. And then you can go to, well, you can either go down to here and do hue and saturation. Alright. And then you can kind of adjust it from there. This one's a little bit different because it has so many different changes in its picture, but you can kind of mess with it right there. And then what you would also have to do is select that, select a color range for the blue as well, and see, because there's actually 4 different colors, which is why a picture like this would require a whole lot more time and effort and all that to make it actually look good if you're going to do it that way. We are going to now delete that. But I actually kind of like all that stuff. So we're going to more just stick with that. So, T is for text. We're going to all caps this. Your thumbnails. So, learn how to type. Okay. I'm going to reposition that. PewDiePie might actually be taking too much room, so maybe we will grab him, move him a little bit over. So what you notice I just did this, I'm trying to follow the 1/3 rule. You are more likely to notice somebody if they are in 1/3 of it, of the picture. So that if you separate it, it would be 1, you know, 1, 2, 3. So like 1, the middle, and then and then like that. Sorry, I accidentally just kicked my dog. bit smaller. Kind of get it in there. Now, what you can do is Alt click, and then it would copy that. I don't like that though. See, I don't like that outer glow. So what we're gonna do is click that, get rid of the outer glow. Maybe we'll actually do a stroke on there instead. And you know what? Maybe we'll actually just change the color of it in all. So let's do a gradient overlay. Ooh, that looks like trash. I don't want that either. That looks pretty alright. So these are a couple that are already a part of it. The rainbow one. That one, I think, looks the best so far. See, oh, and then it has a bunch of like different stuff that you can do. But whatever. Scale, you can kind of change it like that. Maybe we'll add something. If it's that, then we need to. Add some Neville on there. Yeah, that outer glow's doo-doo, brother. Let's see. Let's look at this. It's too harsh in my eyes, so what we are going to do is maybe we'll hit this, and maybe we will. Sorry, I'm messing with the levels, that way it's not as harsh on your eyes. You want to look at it. That means it connects it when you hit the Alt. I'm sorry, I'm kind of just like... I didn't know, I just kind of winged it from this, because so many people have such crappy thumbnails. But this is also kind of an important way of, you should probably know how you want to do your thumbnails, like honestly. It's important to have an idea before you do. And you will have an idea because you'll have a theme of a video. If you're making a video, you already know what it's about. This is like the end process of what you're gonna do. How long have I been recording? Wait a minute, how long? I've been recording for 30 minutes, and this is gonna be like a 5-minute video. Okay. Let's just say YOLO, that's what you want your thumbnail to look like. It's not the best, but listen, this is a lot better than a lot of thumbnails. A majority of thumbnails on the internet. So it just shows that you need to put a lot of time and effort. Actually, not even time and effort, just effort. It doesn't take time really at all. The only reason this has kind of been more time consuming for me is because it's just a video, you know, it has no like theme. So you're probably like, okay, that's done, upload it. Wrong, okay? Have you ever seen a PewDiePie video? Like, come on, man. So what you want to do now is hue and saturation. Bump that saturation up just a little bit. Saturation, it makes things brighter. Things that are brighter, more colorful, more likely to get the view of children. Who watches the most YouTube videos? Children. Alright, so my computer's kind of being all crappy now, but am I running this at half? I think I'm running this at half. You know, you can kind of read it when it gets all low. So it looks good. Alright, file. Save. Oop, I still have it on cap locks. Thumb sucks. Photoshop would be the files if you wanted to update it. JPEG. Alright. Boom. Shout out to Twitch V Blog. I don't know what the hell that is. Alright, we have it saved, whatever. Now you can go and you can upload it. Pretty much the point of this video is to go and explore and to take some time with your thumbnails and to really, like, show them care and love. Because this is a competitive thing and you need to show that you are worthy of watching. There's so many times, like so many groups that I'm a part of, and people will be like, watch my video, boom, and it's like, that's just a Rainbow Six Siege picture that says, cool, amazing kill feed. It's like, no, I don't care. That's doo-doo, brother. Alright, but I hope you all learned so much from this video. You're amazing if you watched this long. But I love ya. I'll see ya tomorrow with a new video. Have a good night, everybody. Good night. Why am I saying... Dude, it is 4 in the morning for me. Alright, good night, everybody. I'm out of here.